What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys 8 things to do before you actually start your Amazon business. Doing this thing will actually help you expedite your process as an Amazon seller and make it actually enjoyable to start and scale your businesses. The reason why most people actually fail Amazon is because they don't have the right expectations, they don't have the right systems, they don't have the right plan and roadmap to actually start and scale their Amazon business. In this video, I'm actually going to be giving you guys exactly that and even more. So make sure you guys stick around for this video because I'm going to be dropping so much value for you guys. If you guys are new to this channel and you guys don't know who I am, my name is Faraj. I've done over multi-six figures selling on the Amazon platform in the past year and a half selling on Amazon as a full-time college student at 19. I've also helped hundreds of people start and scale their Amazon businesses. As you can see, they're absolutely killing it. And after this video, hopefully you're one step closer to actually getting started. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get to the video. All right, guys, before we even get into how to start the business model, I need to explain the 4 different business models within the Amazon to actually help you differentiate, because a lot of people get wholesale, private label, online arbitrage, and retail arbitrage confused. So I'm going to be explaining all that for you before we even get started. So guys, the one that's most popular, I remember it was more popular back in 2018, 2017, 2019, is Amazon private label. That is where you were kind of getting a product from China. You were putting your own brand on it. You were making your own listing, anything. You had to PPC ads. You had to do all of that. That had a lot of issues because it was a lot of upfront money. You were spending thousands on photos, getting the products, you didn't even know if it was going to sell, advertisements. There was so much upfront cost, right? Like you were spending $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 and you didn't even know if your product was going to sell. And even if it did sell, your product will only just be good for a couple of, weeks, months before another seller just copied your whole design and just changed it a little bit and stole some of your sales, right? So there's a lot more competition with that, right? It was more popular right now, still going all right, but that is not what I'm teaching you guys right now. Bunch of upfront costs, no guarantee that it works, bigger risk. The average person just can't drop 5 to 10K just on, a business model that they don't know would work. The next one is Amazon wholesale. You don't have to do any minimal designs or marketing. Low independence requires partnership with brand owners, right? Low risk business model with predictable income. It's harder to scale wholesale business. And then buy box is obviously shared with various other resellers. Wholesale is a good option, but again, you're reaching out to brands or partnering up with them. But the thing is, if they're MOQs is minimum order quantity. So they don't want to work with any beginners because these are brand owners that are looking, for people to get on and add value. How are you going to add value if you never sold anything online if you're just a beginner? So a lot of people that, kind of market Amazon wholesale to beginners, I don't like it. I don't think it's realistic because, there's a lot of things that go into, placing purchase orders, getting on listings, ungating. There's a lot of things that you need to know before, like how to read a keeper chart, getting on products, if it's IP listing or not. There's so many moving pieces, and with Amazon wholesale, it's kind of like throwing you into kind of a fire. Wholesale is kind of beginner friendly. If you guys are watching this video right now, you guys are probably asking, okay, so Faraj, what do I do? Like, I want to sell on Amazon, but I don't know if I can drop 5 to 10K or, I don't know how to do PPC marketing or anything like that. What is kind of the solution? Don't worry, guys, I have it for you guys.
The answer that I'm referring to is online arbitrage and retail arbitrage. These are the business models that you see college students making thousands of dollars, single moms, literally anybody could get on Amazon and resell name brand products without a crazy upfront cost. This is how they're doing it. As we look over here, online arbitrage and retail arbitrage. Online arbitrage approach, these are 2 great business models for beginners. I do recommend retail arbitrage because you're finding profitable deals in the local stores. Think about retail arbitrage is you have a good store, right? If you have a good store right next to you and you could be friends with the manager, you'll have a couple of $1,000s just in profit just like that because you know when the truck is coming, you know when they're restocking, and you became friends with the managers, right? Local, so where do you do retail arbitrage at? That's a good question. Ollie's, TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, any place, even Walmart clearance sometimes, TJ Maxx, literally anywhere where you could kind of find stuff for the low and resell for the high. That's literally the whole business model. The only cons of kind of retail arbitrage is kind of depending on location. If you don't have any good location around you, you might have to do some driving to other stores, but it could be worth it. Let's just say you're driving an hour to a store in like the next city, but you know that you're going to make a couple $100s in profit. That's about $60 to $75 an hour. That could be very worth your time. The thing about online arbitrage is you could have a full-time job while doing it. You kind of have that location freedom. It doesn't need that much physical work because you're not going into the stores, but the cons is it's more competitive, right? A lot of people are kind of lazy. Everybody wants to do online arbitrage. Online arbitrage, the learning curve is harder. You have to kind of build your margin a little bit more. Hassles of learning sourcing softwares. This is good, right? Depending on finding good leads. The thing about online arbitrage is if you're not able to consistently find good products, you're not going to be able to find profit, and it's much more competitive.
All right, guys, so now that we looked at the 4 different business models and we've understood that online arbitrage and retail arbitrage is probably better for beginners, let me give give you guys 5 things to do before starting your Amazon business. All right, guys. So the first thing you actually want to look at is actually the Amazon terminology, right? You want to understand what people are saying, like what is an ASIN, what is FBA, what is FBM, right? The basic terms before you start. Because if you don't know the terms, there's a lot of terms out there, you're really going to get super confused. First thing we want to look at is just the Amazon basics, Seller Central and inventory. Seller Central is the app or desktop version for sellers to list products, manage inventory. This is basically going to be your dashboard for your account. You're going to have the sales over here. Amazon updates this every like 3 to 4 months, so it's going to look different, but this is kind of an overview of what it actually looks. Seller Central, it's your dashboard, right? That's going to show your sales. If you're winning the buy box, you're going to show you everything, an overview of your whole account. The next one is obviously inventory, right? If you guys don't know what inventory, that's totally fine. Most people who run a business know what inventory is. Inventory is basically your products, right? What you're selling, right? If you have no inventory, you can't make no sales. The goal is to have a lot of inventory and stay in stock and get that inventory. Not all inventory is good inventory, right? You want to be able to actually profit and get it for low and sell for high. So UPC, Universal Product Code, the barcode on the back of the products used for identification. Every product has a specific UPC. It's numbers that just basically identify a product, right? You don't need to know that much about it. But one that's more important that you're going to need to understand is ASIN, Amazon Standard Identification Number. The thing where a lot of people get confused, okay? There could be 2 same items, like 2 of these Fairlife shakes. One of them could come in the 1 pack, another one could come in the 2 pack. They would have 2 different ASINs, even though it's the same product. So each specific listing has its own ASIN, and you're going to be saving so much time when let's just say someone is asking you to send you a product that you're looking at. You're going to send him the ASIN of the product instead of sending him the actual name of the product. Amazon is so wide. There's so many products on Amazon. You search up Fairlife, there's going to be 40 different listings. So you want to send him the listing. The next thing we're going to look at is FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. Amazon handles storage, packing, shipping of your products, right? This is the most passive way. This is the more passive way, right? Fulfilling something by Amazon is where you're basically sending it to Amazon. Amazon is handling fulfillment, returns, everything. They're packing it, they're shipping it for you. This is where Amazon is kind of taking on the responsibility of fulfilling the order for you. Also will be eligible for 2-day shipping because we're going to send it to their warehouse. They're going to prep it. They're going to hold it in their warehouse instead of holding it in your house and having a stockpile of products in your house. And you'll actually be able to sell a lot more because you're not storing any of the products. Plus you're getting that 2-day shipping, prime shipping, and you're going to be more likely to actually win the buy box. The next thing we're going to look at is FBM, right? So we talked about FBA. Next thing we're going to talk about is FBM. Fulfilled by merchant, you handle inventory, you handle the sales, you handle the shipping, you're handling everything. Fulfilled by the merchant, you're taking on that responsibility. The returns are getting shipped to your house. You're shipping out products in 1 to 2 days. You're shipping these products towards FedEx, UPS, USPS, the post office, and you're fulfilling it for you. You're packing it up, you're shipping it out, and you're sending it out to the customers. The customer has a complaint, you have to deal with it. You're taking on more responsibility, but there tends to be less, not all the time. 80% of the time, FBM is more cheaper. Plus, a good scenario with FBM is, one of the stories I always talk about when I was first starting, I was at the store, I was reselling products, I was at Ollie's. I listed a product, I didn't know if it was gonna sell. It was my first time, I haven't gotten a sale yet. And I just remember I literally listed it just to see what would happen, and it instantly sold before I even bought it. So I literally cleared out the whole shelf and I sold it, and I sold everything, in the next 2 hours. So it was literally insane, right? FBM, you don't have to wait for your products to get into the warehouse to be able to sell it. You could sell it immediately once you have the product, right? Expedited shipping is just when a customer pays you more money with a faster delivery option paid by the consumer. He'll just add $13 to the order, and then you just have to ship it out with a faster shipping. You have to go to USPS or post office and be like, I need the fastest shipping label. I need a shipping label to get it there in 2 days instead of, 3 to 5. Customer reviews are super important with Amazon, right? If you have bad customer reviews, you're going to be likely to win. You're probably going to have a lot of account issues. So making sure you're packaging your item nice, and let's just say you have like a glass item, don't ship it out in like a poly bag. Making sure you're treating this as a business and putting cushion and really just treating this really seriously, right? Because I see a lot of people, they go in here, they half-ass it, and their account shut down. Returns, consumer requests for a refund, and product return. Returns are inevitable for any business. Like think about the last time you returned something, especially with people shopping online more. Returning stuff is just inevitable, right? Stay away from the apparels and stuff. Stay away from the products that get returned a lot, like, apparel and all that other stuff like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for all the simple vocabularies. I didn't want to overwhelm you guys, but understanding those terminologies are going to be super important for scaling. All right, guys, the next thing we're going to talk about is how much does it actually cost to start, profitable Amazon business in 2025. All right, so the first thing we're obviously going to need is an Amazon seller account. That's $40. You can make that back in one trip to Ross or TJ Maxx. You just need to sell 5 profitable items. $40, that is nothing. Keepa is going to be $20. SellerAmp is going to be $20. These are the 2 softwares that I've used to get to my 6 figures on Amazon. You don't need any other software starting out. Obviously, those other softwares that you see being marketed, they help a lot, but you could do your first 6 figures on Amazon with just these 2 products over here. Obviously, those cashback Chrome extensions are free. I recommend Capital One Shopping and Rakuten. Rakuten is very clutch. They send a check with a couple $100. Cashback is a beautiful thing in this business, right? I'm spending money that I was already gonna spend and I'm making profit on that money. I just get a check for shopping on products that I was already gonna buy, and it's a couple $100, right? So it's amazing. The checks that they send is great dopamine. So boxes, I see a lot of people get this stuff confused, right? You could order free USPS boxes. You could get free labels from UPS. So with boxes, Walmart has amazing boxes for FBA. You get $1, you get a nice small box. You could fit about 40 to 50 units of stuff in there, right? Depending on the product. But yeah, if you guys get to the point where you're shipping out 30 to 50, orders every single day, getting products from Uline is gonna be the best option for you, since the more boxes you buy, the better prices you're gonna get. For when you're starting out, Walmart has great price. Inventory, 2 to 3K, right? You could obviously do lower, but I'm talking sweet spot. If you guys really want to just go ahead, hit the ground running, get started, have no capital issues, make sure you have like 2 to 3K saved up to drop on profit inventory. Because the worst thing that happened to me when I was starting is I had really good products but I was just missing out because I just didn't have enough capital saved up. I started with a way lower amount. I was reinvesting all my products. I was door dashing. I was finding any means, any way to get money. Stop eating out. I stopped doing all that. And I really just put all my money into products, and I just kept reinvesting back into the business. A good tip that kind of separates the people that are, killing it, that are growing super fast, and the people that, it's taking a little longer for them to actually scale is just, reinvesting profits, right? Like, this is a business. This is something you want to last 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. If you want to grow that, you have to delay the gratification. You have to, those couple $100 in profit, those thousands of dollars in profit, right? Hold down on the car payment, hold down on, going out, taking those trips, reinvest back into the business for a couple of years, and then you'll kind of have that leverage to kind of take some money out of the business. I would recommend reinvesting everything back in inventory. The more money you have to drop on inventory, the better, right? Leveraging credit is super important in this business. Supplies, right? Miscellaneous supplies is like getting a label printer, right? Getting a label printer, getting like cutters. You could use a knife, right? What else? Getting, 2x1 F and SKU labels, right? Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and drop my Discord down if you guys don't know what supplies to get. All the supplies are in there. Roughly to really, hit the ground running and starting out, 3 to 4K would be amazing. Best case scenario. Obviously, I know not everyone has 3 to 4K starting out, but if you really want to hit the ground running and go from 0 to hero, that would be a great start. A lot of people think that it takes like a lot more money to start Amazon, right? Once you start leveraging credit, it doesn't take that much money. That's just a limiting belief. Get started today. I'll see you guys in the next chapter. All right, guys, the next thing we're going to look at is finding out where to source from doing online arbitrage. This is super important, and I built this online arbitrage website list of websites that I found were profitable in different niches. So you have beauty and personal care over here, pet supplies over here. These are reseller friendly websites that you can make thousands of dollars on. Pet supplies, Chewy, Petco, PetSmart, lifestyle and home goods, department stores and fashion, right? Like Macy's, Belk, Gap Factory, specialty retailers like Webstron, miscellaneous like Michaels. I know Michaels has a lot of good products that you just wouldn't know, like toys that I've resold, sporting goods and outwear gear, right? Ping, Backcountry, Sportsman's Warehouse. Really just finding out where to source from. Retail arbitrage, you're probably gonna go to Ollie's, TJ Maxx, Ross, but I don't want to limit you guys to places to go because every one of you guys watching this video is kind of different. All I would recommend is kind of find a store that has stuff for cheaper than MSRP price, market reselling price, and resell it for the high on Amazon. If you can do that, you could have a profitable Amazon business. That's all you need. Have the skill of being able to build your margin, right? A lot of these websites, you're gonna have to kind of build your margin. You're gonna have to build the skill of kind of making a product profitable, right? So we have this 20% off over here. So this would be kind of a good place to start sourcing at. So I would basically just go. So understanding that building your margin is one of the most important things is going to kind of expedite your process as an Amazon seller. Understanding that, okay, I would start sourcing over here. I'd look through all these brands and then see if I could resell them for the high on Amazon. As you can see, something like this is going for $329. We know if we auto ship it, we could do $296 plus 20% off food deals. So all I would basically do is, okay, this is a 2-pack over here, $296. This is the 2-pack baking soda, right? This is a 2-pack, right? It's selling for $20 on Amazon, right? All I'm saying, $296. What's $296 times 4? So it's $12, right? $456 minus 38. This is not profitable right now, right? All we would do is we would go, okay, let's put the 20% off. Let's see what that does to our margin. Okay, so now it's negative 2.6, negative 2.5. This is kind of a heavy item, right? So let's just see if we could FBM this. So this would probably cost about $7 to ship. So this item probably wouldn't be profitable. I kind of just wanted to show you guys how, using auto ship, kind of saving 20% off. So what I would do, I would literally just look through this whole catalog and see if I could find stuff that are profitable. If you do this for 2 to 3 hours every single day, there's no reason you can't can't make thousands of dollars reselling stuff on Amazon. It's very easy, just a lot of people just aren't willing to do it. All right, guys, that's gonna be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys got tons of value from this video and you understood some of the things that you need to do before starting your Amazon business. If you guys want a free active Discord community, I'm gonna drop it down in the bio. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, I'm also gonna drop it down in the bio. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.